From Panic to Empowerment, How to Stop Pain and Disease from Taking Over Your Life by Connecting Spirit, Mind, and Body by Dr. Stephanie E. Reid. Chapter 8, Spirit, Mind, Body Connected. The 3R's Dream Team. Give yourself a round of applause. You have made it to the point where you can see that getting deep was necessary to get to this point. Have you ever heard the term, the devil is in the details? Well, getting through some of those exercises may have kicked up some stuff, but you made it here. Congratulations. Let's recap what you have learned thus far. Your pain or disease comes from the discomfort of your spirit, reflect, just as your joy and vitality come from a happy place, spirit. Changing the perspective of how you view a situation or symptom will dictate your perception. And changing your perspective means making whatever spiritual or mental shift you need to make to get to a place of feeling good. Now, keep in mind, this does not mean feeling good at the expense of someone else, but in spite of someone else. Your happiness is not found on the other side of any person, place, or thing. Your happiness comes from within. Wait, is this a deja vu? You've read this before, right? Yes, you have. Learning new concepts is all about repetition. The more you see it, read it, experience something, the more it becomes a part of you. This information can create a shift for you, but you need to internalize it. To help you do that, I stick it in various places to wake you up. Reframing the meaning of a circumstance gives power. It creates an opportunity to rewrite the old script, throw out old beliefs that no longer serve your idea of who you would like to become. If you could drop kick some old baggage, your way of doing things that makes you happy is perfectly fine. Do you make the rules? You should, at least for yourself. Discomfort comes in when you neglect your spiritual health in the name of going with the status quo. God made you one of a kind and unique. You know when something doesn't feel right, so don't go along for that ride. Choose your own path. Renewal is the icing on this magnificent cake you are creating, a life that no longer is designed by lemons, but of colorful, healthy cake. I used cake as a metaphor because it symbolizes celebration. Celebrate your breakthrough, girl. Renewal is so good because it is a passive byproduct of reflecting and reframing. When you have successfully gotten through the first 2 R's, you'll know it. How? You'll feel relaxed, calm, and at peace, and in love with everything around you. I'm smiling right there. It's at that place that the body stops using its resources to deal with metabolic and biochemical issues relating to stress and shifts into healing and repair. That is the real transformation from panic to empowerment. You will be able to feel it and feel it. With all of this new stuff going on, keep in mind that you must be vigilant that old habits don't creep in to steal your joy, burst your bubble, or rain on your feel-good parade. So the biggest advice I can offer is for you to practice the 3R's with every single opportunity you can. Heck, practice on your family members or friends after you've exhausted your own stuff, of course. And no, please don't go out to be a sidewalk psychotherapist, but yes, practice your understanding of how powerful you are by employing the 3R's approach to healing. By doing so, you will continue the transformational work of moving from panic to empowerment, and not only your life, but the lives of those around you. So now, it's time. Go forth and help someone else see the light break free. Whose team are you on today? Team Panic or Team Empowerment? Choosing a side every morning is necessary because there is always a choice to make. Choose this day what side you will give your precious spiritual, mental, and physical energy to. Taking a stance can save you the stress of panic and despair. Choose you this day whom you will serve. Joshua 24:15. Putting all of the individual pieces together now offers a bigger picture of how to recover from disease and pain. After completing various activities and journal entries, you may have come to realize that integration of spirit, mind, and body is truly the key to wellness, happiness, vitality, and joy. Get familiar with the information provided. At the end of the book, you will find a list taken from an internet source analyzing the metaphysical causes of disease. Use this information to identify your current symptoms or diagnosis. Practice using the 3R's approach to healing to be able to make changes in the intensity and severity of your experience of pain and disease. Keep in mind, many other variables may be in the mix. Some to consider are drug side effects, poor diet, lack of sleep, lack of emotional support. This tool is actually a cheat sheet that sheds light on the spiritual and mental cause of the challenges you experience in your body. As you become familiar with these explanations, use them to help you evaluate the 3R's when you're not feeling your best. Journal opportunity. After checking physical symptoms, do some journaling. Reviewing the definitions of the symptoms, journal your revelations. Can you identify the connection between your emotions and thoughts and see how they correlate with your physical dis-ease? Here's a hint. Using the second R, reframe, reminds us that the way we perceive a situation is based on our perspective of it. Reframing helps you see the glass, life's challenges, as half full, leading to empowerment. Panic and disease show you a perspective of being half empty. Aren't you glad your perspective has shifted? You may be thinking at this point, man, I did it. I got through this little book. Time for a break. Deep breath, inhale, exhale, break over. Yeah, that's all you get. You have gotten this far. You have to keep the momentum going for two very critical reasons. Let's check them out. Reason 1, the well of complacency. When you learn something new, you are so excited. You feel good, and then something happens that you don't realize until you are knee-deep in it. When you really want to etch something in your spirit or mind, you must practice for at least 21 days to make it a habit. Do you realize that you complain at an alarming rate? To fit in, you complain because you feel most can relate to pain and disease. Can you believe we even use complaints as an icebreaker? That weather sure was a mess. I challenge you to continue to write in your journal and practice the 3R's so you won't slide back into the darkness of despair that you worked so hard to pull yourself away from. You will know when you have slid back when you start feeling heavy, sad, or disconnected from your happy spirit. Oh no, run, Forrest, run back to the light. I just smashed together fragmented lines from 2 different movies, Forrest Gump and Poltergeist. Whatever works to drive a point home, I always say. Please refer to the complaint cheat sheet so you'll have a reference on how to get back on track. Use the cheat sheet when helping others see the value in using the 3R's approach to healing. I actually prefer you just buckle down and get a companion workbook. You can download it by going to drstephanieyhp.com/shop. Reason number 2, the Midas touch. Each time you share the information about the 3R's approach to healing, disease and pain, you spread light and healing to the world. The healthier and well-adjusted your immediate circle of reference, people around you, the more likely your work will not have to be in vain. You see, change requires a global buy-in, a collective effort. If someone you love has announced they will quit smoking, the universe is put on notice that energy is being shifted for that purpose of healing. Most likely, that person will have well-meaning friends and family to support them by removing the ashtrays, writing no smoking signs all over the house, or another creative way to help the person reach the goal. In the same way, you need support. You can gain support from others by being honest with where you are. If you feel crappy, don't say you feel fine. Speak your piece and process the emotion and work through the 3 R's approach to healing. At the end of the book, I left you a long list of physical symptoms with their corresponding mental and spiritual meaning. Use it as a blueprint for your investigation. Share the information with someone else so they can begin to see how easily a shift can make the difference between rushing to the ER or unnecessary surgery. The sun seems to shine brighter when everyone around you is happy. Even when it's raining, we call that liquid sunshine, thus the Midas touch. Stop for a journal break. Panic and poor decisions. There are a few more thoughts to consider before we move on. It may seem like we should have discussed this earlier, but keep in mind we were setting the foundation then. We needed to get rid of some old clothes before we tried on new ones. So here we have some accessories for those new clothes. When you are in a state of panic, you will make poor decisions. When you make poor decisions, you drag innocent people into your mess. When you create a mess, few have the strength to save you. Since you created your mess, you must find the root cause on a deeper level. Once you identify that deeper level, you must use proper tools to clear a path for healing. The clear path allows others on the journey to help you. Sharing the transformation creates solid relationships. Solid relationships create happiness and joy. Happiness is found in activity. Joy comes from God no matter the circumstance or activity, and spiritual, mental, and physical activity keeps us alive. Moving from panic to empowerment makes every breath sweeter. Dr. Stephanie. And now a brief break.